Good evening, my fellow citizens. This government, as promised,
I have ordered attacks on enemy military targets.
There can be no greater good than the quest for peace, and no finer purpose than the preservation of freedom.
The Midway's almost taken my life 3 times. The life expectancy on a flight deck is 3 to 4 seconds.
It's action-packed, fast-moving, so you have to have your head on a swivel.
It doesn't take much for equipment or people to get hurt. I'm Bruce Cunningham. I was an aviation bosun mate handler on board the USS Midway CV-41. For the aviation bosun mate community, we have a number of personnel that wear different colored shirts. These colored shirts represent their different roles within the aviation bosun mate community. The yellow shirt would represent a director, somebody who would be either a petty officer or an officer who was trained up to a certain qualification standard to qualify to wear the yellow shirt. Then followed by the blue shirt, also known as the chalk and chain person, responsible for driving around the various equipment that we would use to respot aircraft. We'd also be having some collaboration with the crash and salvage folks. The red shirts, as they were called, their primary focus is salvage of crashed aircraft on the flight deck, for example. The green shirt is the equipment person. They were called ABEs. Their responsibility was one of many, but they were the ones you would see on the catapults. The purple shirts, these grapes, as they were affectionately referred to as, they are fuelers. They always smelled like JP5 jet fuel. You knew there was somebody who was a grape somewhere around you just by the mere smell of the JP5 on them. We also had some white shirts. The white shirts were also known as safety and or administration personnel. Some of them would be working closely with the Carrier Air Group Commander, also known as the CAG, and the primary flight control. They have an area up there where you can see where the aircrafts are positioned and located, and those that are scheduled to be in a certain formation for the next launches.
Well, the Ouija board identifies the different type aircraft. They're depicted as to what they look like. If you were out there on the flight deck and looking straight down at them, it looks just like what's on the Ouija board. So there's no guesswork as to what type of airplane is out there. So it's a very quick visual for the people in this control center to know what is going on right out there on the flight deck.
To the naked eye, it looked like chaos. To us, we called it coordinated chaos. We knew what we were doing. It looked discombobulated, but no.
Quick. Sleep later, sleep tomorrow. If you got sick, clean it up later. Just keep it moving, get the chocks in.
There's 7 of us that all function and do a job in order to launch an aircraft safely. And it was my job to make sure that my crew did their job in a safe and timely manner. We were kind of the rock stars of the flight deck. People thought we were crazy. Yeah, pretty much. And we got hazard duty pay because at the time I was in catapults, it was the most dangerous job in the world. At 18, 19 years old, it was a lot of responsibility. You're in charge of a multi-million-dollar aircraft, and at the end of the day, you got a human being in it. We learned to live with heat rashes just with the nature of the steam we were always dealing with and the jet exhaust. And between steam, hydraulic fluid, grease, jet fuel, that was what we walked around smelling like. At the time I'm given control, I make sure the wings are locked out. I make sure the launch bar is down. We've got center deck control monitoring the wind over the bow. We've got the weight board operator with the pilot making sure we've got the weight exactly where it's supposed to be, because all of that matters in us using the right force of the catapult. Once I get the weight bar in, I'm taxiing it forward. I make sure the launch bar clears the front end of the shuttle. At that point, I make sure my JBD operator's got the jet blast deflectors up, because we don't want to blow everybody off the boat. I have my catapult guys stroke out the shuttle, and then at that point, I give my fancy little arm sweep, which is make sure the bow safety operator is giving me the thumbs up. So I point forward, I point back, and then I run out with my thumbs up, and that's all done in 1 minute and 30 seconds.